What's going on, you guys? This is Braden from Advancement Hockey Advising, and today we'll be talking about how much a family advisor actually costs and if it's worth it for you. And as always, before we dive into the video, just a quick reminder to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and share the content if you like it. Sharing the content not only helps our channel grow, but more importantly, it helps get this important information to hockey players and families out there that could really use it. So if you take a quick second to share on Instagram, Facebook, whatever platform you're on, it could really help someone down the road. So please do that if you have the chance. And as always, if you have anything you want to talk about, any questions you have, anything you want to say to us, feel free to comment down below and we'll answer you as quick as possible. You can also send us an email at info@ahadvising.com and we'll answer you as soon as we can. And last quick reminder, as always, there's always timestamps throughout the video. So if you want to skip ahead to any specific topic you want to see, any question you have, you can feel free to skip ahead to whatever you want. All right, so with all that stuff out of the way, let's dive into it here. So before we get into things, I just want to put this out there right now. Family advisors do cost money. They do charge an upfront advising fee for their services. Now that's different. If you recall from our past video, agents versus advisors, it's different from an agent where an agent charges a commission for when a player signs a pro contract one day. An agent gets a percentage of that commission, usually between 3 to 5%. But an advisor is different where they charge an upfront fee for their services. So that's where it differs a little bit. And the cost, honestly, it varies between different, advising companies and different advisors and all that stuff. And we'll get into that in a little bit. But yes, advisors do charge money. And then with that being said, the next question you should ask yourself is it worth it to me? Is it worth me paying this amount of money to try and navigate the whole hockey world and then get to my end goal, which is probably, collegiate hockey if you're, looking at an advisor? And the short answer to this is it depends, right? It depends on the player. It depends on, the advisors you're looking at. It depends on a lot of things. So we're going to kind of use this video to go through different scenarios here and kind of, give you the costs, roughly what advisors cost, show you our costs, what we and what that encompasses, what we do, all these things, and just show you how much it is, what we do. And then from there you can start deciding, okay, is this worth it to me? Or is this, not worth it? I can do it on my own type thing. So we kind of want to throw it out there so you're, more educated and you can make a better decision here moving forward. All right, so let's get right into the costs here. So how much does a family advisor cost? Well, it depends on a few things. It depends on the company, it depends on the advisor, it depends on the package the player chooses, and a bunch of other stuff too. But I would say roughly it's between $1,000 to $5,000 for a year or a one-time fee. The different advisors have different styles, but roughly speaking, you're gonna pay about that amount. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, oh my God, that's a lot of money, right? If you just say $5,000 right off the gate, that seems like a lot. And it is a significant amount of money. So it's something that you have to ask yourself, is it worth it, But in the grand scheme of things, if you see all the work the advisor actually does to, for example, counsel the players and the parents, inform them, place them places, make phone calls, put their name out there, that amount of money you see is worth the investment in the long run, and we're going to get into it. But there's obviously a lot that goes into it, and you definitely always have to ask yourself, hey, is this worth it to me? Now, getting into how much we charge, it depends on which package you take with us, but it ranges between $500 all the way up to $5,000. It depends, again, which package you take. Most players, I would say, would probably pay around the lines of, $2,000 within a year. But again, it depends on a lot of things. And, if you want to find out more information, definitely, shoot us an email. We'll be happy to, provide that for you. All right, so getting to the question, are these fees worth it, right? Is a family advisor worth my money, my investment, my time, all that stuff? And the answer is it depends, but generally speaking, for most players, it is. And here's why. First and foremost, without a family advisor, it's very easy to just make poor decisions, right? Just because the hockey world is complex, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of nuances you might not know. And oftentimes players and families without proper guidance make not the best decisions, you know, and it's just because they don't have the right person in their corner guiding them. So, you know, a family advisor will kind of give you all the information, present you all the options, and from there you can, you know, because you're educated in the topic, you can make the best decisions possible. So that's the biggest thing I would say why they're useful. The other thing is, without one, it's easy to get lost in the shuffle. And what I mean by that is, if you don't have someone actively promoting you, unless you're an elite player, of course, like we talked about previously, you know, but if you're just one of those really good hockey players and you don't have someone actively pushing for you, you know, reaching out to coaches, calling them, trying to get deals for you and all that stuff, again, it's very easy to get lost in the shuffle because, you know, there's a ton of good players out there. And, you know, if nobody really knows about you, it's kind of hard to get to that end goal you want to get to. You know, the NCAA D1 and D3 programs have so many players to choose from. It's very, very hard to get there if you're not being actively promoted. You could do it yourself, of course, but again, that's a lot of work and it's hard to find all the connections. And I would say this is where a family advisor really comes in handy to, you know, with all their connections, you know, promote you to a bunch of teams and really get your name out there and get you noticed. All right, now, like I said, there are exceptions to this. There are players that really don't need a family advisor. Like we said in previous videos, you know, really elite hockey players like Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, etc. Those guys don't need advisors. They need agents to get them, you know, the best deal possible when they go play pro one day. The next one, like we said before too, if you're really just not interested in going the collegiate route, you want to go pro instead, then family advisor is probably not the best pick for you. And the last one here, and this is rare, but it does happen, is if you have a coach that is incredible at moving players on, right? That has a great track record, that puts his name out there, that really calls, you know, a bunch of college coaches and all this stuff, that really puts your name out there and really wants you to move on and prides himself on that. In that case, he's basically your family advisor. He's even better than a family advisor. Now, from our experience though, coaches, not that they don't want to do this, they just don't have time. Being a family advisor is a full-time job. There's a lot that goes into it. It's a lot of time to contact all the different teams. And coaches have so much on their plate. They don't just have you as a player. They have to focus on all their other players and, you know, all the other stuff that's going on in their lives, that they don't always have time to do this. So that's why it's rare to find coaches that actually are great at moving on players. But if you have one, by all means, family advisor, you don't need one at all at that point. Now, like we mentioned before, you know, fees of $1,000 to $5,000 a year, it does seem like a lot. And it is a good chunk of money, right? For sure, for any family out there. But that being said, you need to view this as an investment in your child's future if you're paying that money. Advisors are really, you know, they're there to help the player develop, they're there to help promote the player, and they're there to just help answer any questions that you have and really guide you in the right direction. So it's really an investment of not only your money, but your time. If you invest in an advisor and a good one, you know, he's gonna guide you in the right direction. He's gonna prevent a whole bunch of mistakes that you would make without one. And I know from firsthand experience, I made so many wrong moves in junior hockey, and it really made my junior hockey career kind of go all over the place. I was fortunate enough to get an NCAA D3 commitment by the end, but because I didn't have the proper guidance until the very end, I would say that was a big reason why it kind of went all over the place. Obviously, can't just use that as an excuse, you know, but, you know, I would say it was a big reason. And that's where, you know, with a good advisor in your corner, it's just going to get you there more effectively. It's going to save you money and time throughout the entire process. So that's where, you know, they're very useful. And just to offer a quick example here of how they can save you time and money, we all heard of these big tournaments, right, that go on in the summer. I'm not going to name any specific ones, but generally speaking, they're a huge waste of time. There's too many players, there's not enough scouting, you know, and it's a lot of money and it's your time. Again, you're better to go to other showcases that actually have scouts and less players there and that are going to actually watch you play and evaluate you and all those things. So, you know, that's where, you know, the advisor's expertise can kind of say, hey, don't go to that camp, go to this camp. It's higher value for your money and time. So That's just an example of how a family advisor can help you throughout your whole career of trying to play collegiate hockey in the future. So also another way a family advisor can help you save money is that we all know that, prep hockey, junior hockey, and NCAA hockey, for the most part, most of the programs cost money. Now, not always, some of them are free to play and a lot of players can go through that path, but a lot of them do cost a pretty significant amount of money. And a family advisor can actually find ways to reduce that price tag as much as possible. So in a sense, if the family advisor does his job right, he helps you save money at camps, your time and money, and go to the camps that matter and spend a lot less that way. And they actually help you save a lot of money, throughout the entire process. They might help you get discounts off junior teams and then get you the best, financial aid packages and scholarship money at academic institutions and all that stuff. And when you think about it this way, the money you pay the advisor, like let's say $1,000 to $5,000 a year, you save that money so much more times, right? So many more times you save that money. So, in a sense, the family advisor does end up saving you money in the long term. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for the video here. So take-home message that I want you to remember is that I believe a family advisor is worth it for most players because it helps them save time and money in the long run, and it also helps them just get to their end goal as effectively as possible. Now, I'm not going to deny the fact that I am probably biased myself, right, because I am a family advisor, but I actually took the time to really think long and hard about this before I started the business, thinking, am I actually providing enough value to hockey players to charge them that amount of money and not feel guilty about it? And the answer is yes. I believe tenfold the value provided by family advisors for specific hockey players. There are exceptions. There are players that don't need it, like we've highlighted before, but I believe that a lot of hockey players do need it, and we do offer meaningful work and really help them get results that they wouldn't without one. And yeah, that's pretty much my take on it. Now, last quick thing, as we always say too, always consult an expert before you make a decision, right? Don't just go with the first family advisor that approaches you. You can reach out to us. If another family advisor approaches you, we can tell you if we know them or not, if they look legit, what to look out for, all that stuff. Talk to your coach about it, talk to multiple advisors, see your options and all that stuff and see which one you have the best chemistry with, So, but yeah, don't take this decision lightly just after watching this video. It's really important that you make a good decision because having the right family advisor is one of the biggest things that's gonna, determine what kind of success you'll have in your hockey career. All right, now with that being said, that's it. Just a reminder again to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and share the video if you like the content. Like we've said before, sharing the video, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, it not only helps the channel grow, but more importantly, it helps people out there, hockey families and players that could use this information, that could really find it helpful. It helps them out there. So, by sharing, you can really help other people and you can help them in their success in their hockey career. So if you have a second, please do that. Also, as always, if you have anything you want to talk to us about, any questions that you have, comments, concerns, whatever, feel free to comment down below or send us an email at info@ahadvising.com and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And last quick thing, if you want to check out any of our other platforms, there's a link down in the description below. And if you click it, it's going to give you a nice layout of all the different things we're doing, like on Instagram, on Facebook, our website, all that stuff. So if you want to check that out, click down below. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on that next one.